Ladies and gentlemen, be prepared. We've got Erica Larson from KDDI and Soracom joining us next. Please give a round of applause.
So if you're wondering why I have a flask with me, it's because I'm advertising Kintone. I'm pretty sure Kintone wants me to become an alcoholic. I mean, I never had a flask given to me as a souvenir before, but I think it's pretty rad. My name is Erica Larson, and I represent KDDI America, and I would love to talk to you today about IoT, the Internet of Things. It's like, you know, when your refrigerator is hooked up to the internet, and it tells you when you need more beer, and you have to go shopping. But first, who's KDDI America? Well, some of you know. My mom knows who KDDI is because she's Japanese. But yeah, in Japan, it's one of the biggest phone companies. But here in America, we're the US presence of our parent group, who's a global Fortune 500 company. And what we do is provide all kinds of IT services, communication services. You know, we customize it to exactly what our customer needs. And my background is IoT. Before I joined this team, I worked at USC for a research group called the Center for Cyber-Physical Systems and the Internet of Things. Whew. And so yeah, I have a background in IoT. And I showed up for work at KDDI, and my boss, Mr. Aoyagi, who's right there, he gave me a Raspberry Pi and said, これで遊んでください, which means, I want you to play around with this device, that's what I've been doing at KDDI. And I want to show you our little demo that we made. And Raspberry Pi is a little computing device that has a Linux operating system on it. And then we have connected an environmental sensor to it. And then we're using connectivity services from Soracom, who's our partner. We have a SIM card in a USB dongle, and we're pushing our data to Kintone. And we're logging all these records of like temperature, humidity, pressure, and let me show you. Oh, here we have this is the USB dongle, and you can see how the Soracom fits in there. And we can always connect to a 3G network. We never have to rely on Wi-Fi or local network. And here's a close-up of my wiring skills. Yeah, I did soldering at the office, you guys. Who gets to do that? Only me, haha. Okay, so so temperature, humidity, pressure. We have a little LCD. These are the pins to the Raspberry Pi. We wire it up. We run a script, like a Python script. It does a HTTP post request, and we post the data to Kintone. And wow, now we know what the temperature in the office is every minute. Amazing, yeah. Yeah, really useful data, right? And yeah, office environment is important. And like we can see a graph of it. And this is like, whoa, 90 degrees in the office. What's going on here, huh? Why would it be 90 degrees in the office? Well, it turns out our air conditioning broke that day, and it's in the middle of September. And everybody is sweating and miserable, very unhappy. Except for me. I am so happy because I can test another amazing feature of Kintone, which is our per record notification. I set it for 90 degrees. The temperature goes over 90. The manager gets an alert email. There is something wrong in the office. You better go there and fix something, okay? So amazing, IoT. But now I have to think of something else. This cannot be it. Okay, what else can we do? What else can we do? And then while I was investigating, I found an amazing tool that if you are an engineer or a developer, you're going to be so excited. If you're not, you're going to be like, why are you showing me this? But okay, it's called Node-RED. And it is truly in the spirit of Kintone, little to no coding, and it's just for IoT. It was developed by IBM in 2013. You can quickly connect devices to other devices, data from files, get it, do something with it, send it somewhere. It works in your browser. All you do is put the IP address of your device. You can use it from a laptop. You put the IP address of your Raspberry Pi, and boom, you can start developing. Trust me, this is easier than writing code. Not that writing code is so hard or anything, but then you have to organize it, hope that somebody understands what you're doing when they come in. But this is really clear and visual. It's click and drag. You have nodes. But you do have to know some JavaScript because it's based on Node.js, which is a JavaScript tool. It turns your device into a server. And it works by passing a message object between the nodes, and then you can put the settings in there that will manipulate the message object. You can set properties in there. And you can use almost any protocol to do the transmissions. And one of the really interesting nodes that they offer is an email node. Aha! So the manager gets an email alert. What can I do with the email alert? Well, I just made an LED light up. So there's a pin over there. There's a node over there that says pin 11, and that's connected to the Raspberry Pi. And then I can send it along, send the message object along. And then I thought, OK, I can light up an LED. What if I send an email and reboot the machine? And you can do that too. That's just a thing that is so easy to do in Node-RED. So that switch node is reading the text of the email, matching the words, and sending it on the right path to do the right thing, like shut down or reboot. And so let me move on here because, OK, reading an email every 10 seconds, there's other ways to get data from Kintone, right? You don't have to read an email every 10 seconds. Let's go back to Kintone. And they have a wonderful API that's very easy to use. And so I thought, what if we connected to a device to a workflow? Because as you know, Kintone is used for workflow a lot. Now, let's go back to our scenario. The air conditioner is broken. Or what if it's not an air conditioner? What if it's a factory floor, a manufacturing plant, and a machine is overheated, and people are standing around going, oh, what do we do? What do we do? So, well, maybe there's going to be a maintenance workflow where somebody who gets the alert has to start a work order right away, like they're taking care of it. And what if we had, made a work flow in Node-RED and that's what those structures are actually called. They're called flows. That just reads the record from the Kintone and gets certain data fields that might be really useful to somebody who's right there. Like for example, the status of the workflow when a person starts one is going to be alert received. Acknowledge that the alert was received, and then who updated the record? OK, the machine is on fire. I need to contact somebody right away. It might be helpful. So at this point, I would like to show a video because a live demo is really risky, as you all know. Let's see. This looks like it. And OK, so here we have workflow. And so you might have an LCD. Is it playing? Yeah, it is. OK. So alert is received, and then the person on the floor, we don't know who the person is, but it might be helpful to let them know that the alert was received. There we go. And then the next, OK, the machine's definitely broken. We have to schedule maintenance, and we must update the workflow. OK, we called the maintenance technician. We scheduled the maintenance. Hugo is our maintenance guy. And once it's updated in the record, Wow, this is really slow, isn't it? Oh, I need to close PowerPoint? Okay, well, it's going. I mean, it's not the most exciting video you ever saw in your life, but you get the idea. Yeah, so it might be helpful to get information to a location when something's wrong and you don't actually know who's there, and you can actually connect it to a Kintone workflow. Okay. Let's go back to our slide. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I don't need to say anything else. My time is up. So thank you so much, you guys.